I wanted to come on here and talk about how day trading paid for my vacation. We just tapped into an M5, M15 level of supply. We would have got lucky. See how close I was? I'm gonna throw probably like 10K into a personal account to be able to make that type of money while I'm doing what I enjoy. It's currently 9:23, just chilling, looking at the markets for the last few minutes and stuff. And today I see a few areas that I'm interested in, but we're just going to be playing it patient today, letting price come to our levels. We're not going to be hopping into anything, not forcing any trades or anything. Believe it or not, a lot of times I like to catch my trades between 8:30 and 9:30, but 9:30 to 10:30 is also a really great time to trade. That's usually when there's the most volume and stuff. So we're going to definitely see if we can catch anything today. I think last week I ended up trading 3 out of the 5 days. As of right now, NAS is just going lower. So we're going to see if it wants to continue that trend today, and maybe we'll wait for a pullback into a level of supply and then take sells and just follow the trend, or we might come into a really strong level of demand and then we'll take buys from right there and just manage our risk really well. Depends on the structure of price action. And see, 8:15 we had some red folder news. ADP non-farm employment change, that's already done and over with. And then the only other red folder news is at 4 p.m. and that's President Trump speaks, but we'll already be out of the market by then. We just tapped into an M5, M15 level of supply that I was actually interested in and I had marked out earlier. But with how bullish this is looking right now, I just wasn't too interested in getting into it. It's currently only 9:36. Even if this were to go to take profit, I wouldn't be mad. I'm just gonna stay patient here because I just did not have a great feeling about that with how bullish it was. So let's just stay patient, see if anything else comes to us. Look how bullish that candle looks on the H4. It's looking like it's wanting to flip blue, and you can see right here on the H1, we are just pushing up. And then just check it out on the M15. Look how bullish that looks. We came up to an M15 level right up here and we tapped into, and we've seen a little bounce down, but I don't know if it's fully going to reject off that. I mean, just look at the H4. That candle is definitely looking like it wants to flip and go blue. So I'm just going to stay patient here and see what happens. Would you look at that? There's the flip of that candle right now. Now we just got to see if it holds. All right, it's already lunchtime. I just whipped up white rice with some chicken and just threw some barbecue sauce on top. This shit is such a simple yet fire meal. I just got done eating lunch. I placed 0 trades today. The market just really didn't give me anything that I felt was worth risking my money for. So I just stayed cash day and ended up a no trading day, which is totally fine. We'll come back to the markets tomorrow, and if there's anything high quality, we'll go ahead and take it. If not, we will just not place a trade and move on with our day like we are doing now. I wanted to come on here and talk about how day trading paid for my vacation. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I just went on vacation. I went to 5 countries. I wanted to go ahead and film the trip for YouTube, but the camera broke right before the trip. It sucks so bad. I think like my second day back in the States, I went ahead, got the camera fixed, and now we are good and ready to roll again. That's why I've been filming. Was not able to film everything. I could have filmed it on my phone, but my camera on my phone is just not that good. And a lot of times that when I take the content from my phone and try to upload it straight to YouTube, the format just gets crazy. The quality gets really bad. So sucks, but we're here now. So I just wanted to tell you guys how day trading paid for my vacation to Europe, right? So the way trading paid for my vacation was by me staying disciplined and by me staying consistent over the 3 years I've been trading now. And I have not given up. A lot of people would have given up. And the way it paid for my vacation was by being consistent, by not giving up, by following my rules, all that type of stuff. That is exactly how that happened. Now, right before the vacation, I ended up allocating my 5 funded accounts that I've been trying to get for a while now. I've had a few funded accounts before, I've gotten payouts, lost some of them, and then I was trying to build up the 5 accounts, which has been a goal of mine because I've never had 5 at one time. And then I ended up getting all 5 accounts literally the week before I went on vacation. There was a time change. I did not let that bother me or anything. I still stuck to my plan. I stayed motivated, and every time I needed to go trade, I went back to the hotel, went to a quiet place so I can fully concentrate and do the same thing that I've been doing in the States over there. It's literally no different, but a lot of people would have got blinded by, you know, the time change or, you know, just being in a whole new environment. You cannot let that stuff affect you. I did not change a single thing when I was over there, and that's how I was able to stay consistent. And in 2 weeks of being on vacation, I made $4,000. That is exactly how I paid for that vacation right there. And I sat back, you know, after I made that type of money when the vacation was coming to an end, and I sat back and I'm like, I'm really starting to hit some of my goals because I just made enough to pay for that vacation while I was over there. This is a very high valuable skill set to learn. And the cool thing about it is you can do it from wherever in the world. I did it from England, France, Belgium, Germany, Amsterdam. I did it in all those countries and I was still making money while I was enjoying myself. I still had free time. With trading, I didn't have no boss to call asking, oh, can I get the day? Or I had no one bothering me. It was literally just, I trade for 1-2 hours a day, I make my money, and then I go continue my day while on vacation. And that's the thing that motivated me the most when it comes to trading, is because I want the time freedom. The luxury stuff is cool. A lot of people like it. I know I do like it, and that's a goal of mine, but the time freedom's such a big thing. I want to be able to go travel when I want. I want to be able to spend time with my family. That is stuff that you get from learning a high valuable skill set like trading. Things changed for me too when I stopped chasing the money and I just focused on the system that I was using. I just let the setups come to me. I did not force any trades. That's when I started realizing that my trading was going to a different level too. When 3 years of staying disciplined, staying consistent, working on my psychology, that is what paid for my vacation. And that's still crazy to me that I made $4K in 2 weeks. I know there's traders that make more than $4K in a single day. You got to understand there's levels to this. That's freedom right there. That is time freedom. I literally recuperated my money plus more while I was still enjoying myself. And that should be the goal for everyone, is just to have time freedom, to spend more time with your family, to spend more time with yourself. Now, the thing you got to realize is, if I can do that, if I can make $4,000 while on vacation, if I just stick to this and I keep perfecting my craft, what else is this going to do with my future? If I'm making that type of money like that, by the time you know it, maybe a few more months, a year, 2 years more down the road, I'm going to be able to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and it just keeps on going on and on and on. The better you get at this skill set, the more money you can make. And that's the thing, there's levels to this journey. I remember when I was unprofitable, couldn't even pass a challenge account. And then I was passing accounts, but blowing them before I could get a payout. Then I would finally pass an account, get a payout. Now I've been getting consistent payouts all the way to where I'm at right now. I got $4,000 while I was on my vacation. It's just going to keep on getting better and better and better. And by the time you know it, I'll be making 20, 30K in a month from wherever by doing something I love to do. So that's the thing. You guys got to realize there's levels to this game. A lot of people try to get rich overnight. They try to become millionaires just like that. I'm only telling you guys this because if you guys love to travel, or even if you don't like to travel and you just have goals, imagine your goals and then imagine making money while you're doing that. One of my goals is I want to be able to travel the world like on a frequent basis. I love traveling, and to be able to make that type of money while I'm doing what I enjoy. I love trading, and I did it while traveling, which is something else I love. That just made me sit back and realize, man, I'm starting to achieve my goals. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and answer 2 questions that you guys have asked me on Instagram. The first question is, what keeps you going? And honestly, what keeps me going is just striving to reach my goals every single day. I enjoy what I do. I love trading, and that's why I want to start the group back up, because I loved having the group. I love teaching people, and I love seeing other people have the journey of having their come up, right? Everyone wants to go from nothing to something, and that's what my group's about. That's why it's called the Come Up Trading Lab, because it's just a group of traders that want to have the come up. They're working towards going from nothing to something. They're trying to be the best version of themselves. So that keeps me going, and just the goals of having that financial freedom, having the time freedom, being able to see my family more, to retire my parents. All that type of stuff keeps me motivated every single day. And even when I don't have the motivation, I do have the discipline to know that I need to get the hell up and work so I can reach my goals. All right, the second question is, would you ever go with another prop firm that offers more funded accounts? Honestly, I don't know, because yeah, the more funded accounts is definitely a big pro for sure, but I have the 5 funded accounts with TopStep right now. And honestly, I think with the 5 funded accounts, once I get more and more payouts and stuff, I'm probably just going to move over to a personal account, to be honest. I'm going to throw probably like 10K into a personal account and probably just do that. Honestly, I love prop firms. I have nothing against them and stuff, but once you reach a certain level and you have a certain amount of consistency and stuff, I feel like it's just best to go ahead and move over to a personal account. Don't get me wrong, you could stick with funded accounts forever because you're not using your own money. So that's a huge, huge plus to funded accounts. But honestly, I'll probably balance the funded accounts in with a personal account. So the answer is, I don't know yet. All right, guys, so to end the video off, I'm going to show you what I was looking at in the market today, and then I'm going to show you guys like 2 other things, and then that will be it. So we're on the M1 time frame right here. You can see we have a M1 supply. We have that previous contrary candle, then a push down. We're going to go ahead, jump to the M5 time frame, and I'm going to point this out real quick. We have a M5 level right here, an M5 level of supply, because it's that previous contrary candle, and then we had a drop down. Now you can see right here, we were just going lower and lower and lower. I'm going to go ahead and jump to this real quick to show you my main target, and then we'll jump back to the trade from today. See this level right here? We have a previous session low. This is from Tuesday markets, but that previous session low is from Monday. We have a session low and an M5, M15 level of demand. And you can see we tapped right into that level and retraced perfectly. Like, look at the move we got from that level of demand. We went all the way up there. Then we were having a really good pullback. And that's why I was planning on just following trend. We were just dropping lower, and I thought we were going to tap into that level of supply. We had an M1 and an M5. So I was looking to place sells there, but honestly, I just never did. I just had a weird feeling, and I thought we were going to push up even higher. So that's why I never entered it. And you can see right here, we would have almost been stopped out. We would have got lucky. See how close that was? We wouldn't have got stopped out, but it would have been super close. And then we came all the way down again. And then you could see right there, we would have had a 1-2 on this trade. So it would have went to TP2, which would have been really good. It would not have went to my main target though. I was really thinking the market was going to pull back all the way to this previous session low in this M15, M5. But you can see right here, that 9:30 volume started coming into play, and we just shot up. We just kept going up on the M15 time frame. We have a M15 level of supply. We can spot that previous contrary candle. And let's go to the M5 time frame, and we'll most likely just see the same thing. You could see that M5 level of supply right there. And then our last and final one for this is an H1. You can see we have an H1 level right there. This is from Friday, March 28th, and you could see we pulled back into it on Wednesday, April 2nd, and look how clean it was. We tapped right into that M15, M5, had a closure below that M5, and then got a really good retracement to the downside. So look how well it respected that M5, M15. So super, super clean. And we would have had a 1-2 if we would have just entered this today. But honestly, I'm not mad at all. I listened to my gut. I did not have the best feeling about it. And you could see we would have taken almost all the drawdown we possibly could have taken. It would have almost stopped us out. We could have possibly got stopped out due to spread, but it was super, super close, and then it ran a 1-2. So we ended up taking 0 trades today. The market's going to give us plenty of other good opportunities, so we'll just come back tomorrow and hopefully catch one of the good opportunities. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, guys. Today we placed no trades. Let's just stay positive. Let's stay busy and keep working on stuff. I will go ahead. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.